I hope so. If not, I'm gonna have to reschedule it and do it later. But I kind of don't want to do it later. I kind of want to do it right now, you know. That way. Hey, people. We touched on it a little bit earlier, coming from somewhere, so talking with my niece and my sister. So, what's up tomorrow? And Weirdos and Junkies 5, making filthy junkie excuses. So sick of this shit. Constant lies. You chop and screw me, I'm gonna expose the shit out of you. And I think that Khalid Muhammad's shame should be explained so no one's confused about the brother. That shame is from him directed at Sarnetta. Yeah, Tulsa it was real corny. And like that's the reason that I'm even doing this shit is because I'm gonna expose to your fans how corny you are. You know what I'm gonna start doing, y'all? I'm gonna start putting my PayPal link in the video every time I do a Sarnetta video. And it's not for y'all. It's for all Sarnetta's people who be listening to it eventually or whatever. Because I'm gonna start charging y'all for waking y'all up, yo. I'm gonna start charging y'all for waking y'all up, yo. What up, Suey? I'm gonna start charging yo, Suey. I'm a boogie. I'm gonna start putting L Boogie. I'm gonna start putting a PayPal link in when I'm exposing Sarnetta, and it's not for y'all. It's only for his people. When they come over, they're gonna have to start paying me for been doing this too long. I've been doing this shit way too long. Now, yesterday, which I found out today, Filthy Frank, the world's first healthy heroin addict or whatever he was playing it, and this is fair use for YouTube purposes. This person's son said the same thing out his mouth, so this is not me slandering him or making something up or anything of the sort. So anyway, this nigga catches wind of more than likely he heard Weirdos and Junkies, which he was in one of the volumes. And so he goes on in typical junkie fashion. What up, Chemo? D Prince. He goes on in typical junkie fashion and tries to explain away his junkiness. His former junkiness, let's say former. Okay, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. He says he's, you know what I'm saying, that will go on. Of course. That's probably why the nigga kept trying to come at me, L Boogie. We know how that rolls. But anyway, somebody sent it to me this morning, and before they even sent it to me, they said it to me. They was like, yo, you he was like, yo, you see what Sarnetta was talking about the other day about Khalid Muhammad? And I was like, Khalid Muhammad, like what? Like what I said, trying to say that I was talking shit about Khalid Muhammad. So I have a screenshot from somebody who's seen the video when I first put that video up. And when I first put that video up, one of the people who saw the screenshot was like, in the screenshot that I'll show you, and I'm gonna make a video as soon as I get off, and I mean that, as soon as I get off here. And it's only gonna be like 2 minutes, that's all it's gonna take. And so to show you that I wasn't talking about Khalid Muhammad. I wasn't talking about Khalid Muhammad at all, for real. And Sarnetta knows that. But what he was trying to do was take a small word and twist it. And now This is for his fans, for Sarnetta's fans. He'll accuse me of doing the same thing, okay? In which I always say, well, let's put something up on it. Let's put our pages up on it. I'll take my page down. If you could go anywhere through any video I've done about Sarnetta and find where I was just concocting stories about him and making up things, I'll take my page down. The page that you find it on, I will delete that fucking page. And you tell him to do the same thing. I bet you he won't accept that challenge. I bet you he won't accept that challenge. Any of these niggas who make videos about me, I 99.99% of the time, fuck it, 100% of the time, the video is nothing but a attack. Videos who are pointing out points that I said, something I said, and I'm not saying it. So much that you can't find it, I'll put my page on it. There was certain little, I guess, new Sarnetta flunkies, excuse me, who were running around not too long ago trying to say that I was talking about people having GoFundMes and I had a GoFundMe for my art, which I exposed, did a wonderful video on that, which I think I exposed for that. You didn't, the person didn't have to do that, but they did. And it saved me a lot of trouble from having to do it. That's why I appreciated it. Because it clearly showed where I've said multiple times on my stream, I have absolutely no problem with anyone having a GoFundMe. First off, that's not even any of my business. If you have a GoFundMe up for whatever specific issue, problem, or goal that you're trying to reach. And I said, I have a problem when motherfuckers got 8 and 9 different goals that are actually colors, and none of those GoFundMes ever come to be. That's what I said. That's what I said clearly. That's why the people who know me know that and know damn well that what I said. But you have people who take that shit, like Sarnetta and his flunkies, to attempt to tell you something that's not true. People, you have to ask yourself, why is this nigga continuing to try to give you something that isn't true? Whether it's about me or anything else that he does. Every time he gives you something, man, this shit is watered down, dog. Every time Sarnetta gives you something, G, that shit is worth, like, that shit is like, it's like a 60-40 split. 60% bullshit, maybe. That's all you've ever been given. When you see YouTube platforms, especially minuscule nothing of platforms, try to link up with Sarnetta, like people talking about young children, young handicapped children, which apparently Sarnetta supports that as well, that people go on and download pictures of people's handicapped children and talk about how they don't give a fuck that they suffering from an illness that drastically shortens their lifespan, their life productivity, et cetera, et cetera. Sarnetta is in full support of that. And y'all heard me say this at 9 minutes and 40 seconds in this stream. Sarnetta is in full support of that. And we'll touch on that in another time too. But today, this nigga went on apparently yesterday or whatever the fuck he did it. I don't know when he did it. Some rant about, I've seen about 20 minutes of it. No, I jumped in it to like 10 minutes and he wasn't talking. He was talking about something. And when he was talking about it, it was around the 18-minute mark. And I maybe listened to like 4 minutes of that. So it's probably way more that he said that I got to listen to later, I guess, if I'm going to do more videos about it. But point being, all I heard was this nigga. First, he started saying shit like, we don't know what it was like in his time. We don't know, it was a dog eat dog world. And first off, nigga, you think these young niggas out here ain't going through the same shit? You think people, and let's go back to the fucking 2,000 years ago. You think that wasn't a dog eat dog world? You think 10,000 years ago wasn't a dog eat dog? Like, you're acting like what you went through was so much more special and different than everybody else's. Nigga, the same shit is going on. Drugs, guns, bullshit, the whole 9 yards. The same shit that was going on in the 80s is the same shit that was going on in the 1990s, which was the same thing that was going on in the turn of the century, still going on right now. Okay? That's that. Number two. I don't need nobody explaining, Sonetta. I don't need you explaining no street shit. I don't need you I don't know what it is you was trying to do. And that little bit I heard when you was trying to explain to somebody some street shit and you was a dope fiend with money and you ain't never robbed nobody. Nigga, how you get a name called Filthy Frank? That's what I mean by a nigga. Don't try to tell me nothing about no street shit, nigga. Because it applies to what the fuck you do. It applies to what the fuck you do. Crack News 102. It applies to what you do. I don't want to hear that shit, dog. You get your street name from who you are, nigga. Niggas was calling you Filthy Frank from the west side or east side, whatever side. It was a side. It wasn't the north side and it wasn't the south side. I think it was the fucking west side. West side dopehead, west side basehead was the terms. Am I lying, Frank? So I don't imagine a nigga named West Side Basehead, aka Filthy Frank. Stop trying to convince me and paint this picture that you was running around with mad bread in your pocket doing all righteous shit to get the money, but you call Filthy Frank and you run in the streets and niggas know you as West Side Basehead and West Side Frank from the West Side, Filthy Frank. Come on now. So Sonetta, I don't want to hear that shit. And when you was running around being Filthy Frank, aka West Side Frank, aka West Side Basehead, no, the head. I'm just saying, dog. You was the term West Side Basehead. Niggas knew exactly who they was talking about. That was you, G. Don't try to tell me about no street shit. When you was running around here doing this shit, when the fuck was you reading books and because you can't read? Let's get that out the way right now. No nigga is going to continue to call himself the leader of the black conscious community when he's illiterate. Okay, he can barely read. That's why every time he reads, he stutters profusely. It's just disgusting. So anyway, when you was running around being this street dope fiend nigga, give us some dates. Can we get a time period, Sonetta? Filthy Frank, and then you went from Frank and you changed your life. You no longer do the things you used to do. And then you changed over to this Black Power revolutionary, so much so that you could run around and tell people that you was with Khalid Muhammad and that you did XYZ and this, that, and the third. Nigga, Khalid Muhammad, man, you just like that nigga. What's the nigga, man? Frank White, man, trying to act like Bumpy Johnson taught him shit. Nigga, you was like Bumpy Wife said, Frank White never stepped foot in my home. That nigga was my husband's chauffeur. That's who you were, man. You was one of them little niggas who was probably hanging with a nigga who Khalid Muhammad. Because if Khalid Muhammad was around right now, dog, there's no way in hell that I am going to accept that the Khalid Muhammad that I grew up watching, knew about, watched his lectures and shit like that. There's no way that's fucking brother, man, will in no way, shape, there's no way that dude would fuck with you. No way that dude would fuck with you on any fucking level. On any fucking level. So to try to chop and screw shit, I'm talking about Khalid Muhammad. Hey, you know what I'm saying? But you and your fucking flunkies need to know, man, you can't play YouTube with me, man. You're going to always lose, bro. You niggas love this shit too much, man. This shit is recreation for me. This shit is livelihoods for you niggas. Weirdos and Junkies 5, man. We got junkies trying to explain shit away. We got junkies trying to tie in Khalid Muhammad. I thought I was buffering a little bit. It seems to be working fine now, though. We got junkies trying to. This is what we deal with.